Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to get started on today's message. So, bear with me. You guys know I have to go live on Instagram as well. But tonight's topic is definitely going to be just absolutely positively phenomenal. Is something that I've been talking to a lot of brands and a lot of business owners about. Is something that a lot of people let stop them intentionally and unintentionally. Like some of us don't even realize that we are doing this one thing in our businesses that's stopping the trajectory of what we want to see. And so, because of that, it just really is a critical moment in time right now as far as what we need to do for ourselves and for our businesses. Because if you don't understand this one crucial piece of the puzzle, you are going to definitely allow yourself to, be hindered in the long run. And so tonight, um, I'm trying to make sure I have this angle right for going live on Instagram. But tonight we're gonna dive into that. So I hope you guys have your pens ready, your pieces of paper, because it is going to get super heavy. Okay. All right. So Instagram is checking the connection. Um, So there we are. We are live, you guys. If you do not know who I am, my name is Lindsay Walker. I'm a publicist by trade. I work with beauty, entertainment, and lifestyle brands to help them get into the media. I'm also the creator and the founder of Position to Pivot. It is a 12-week accelerator where I work with brands just like you to help you learn the fundamentals of getting publicity, to help you increase awareness for your business and for your brand. And so we're going to dive into a little bit of my framework, but more importantly, you guys, I really want to talk about how a lot of you are letting fear get the best of you and your businesses. A lot of you are allowing fear to stop you from being consistent and to stop you from really truly being successful within your businesses. And I do a ton of talking to entrepreneurs and small business owners all the time. Some that choose to work with me, some that choose not to work with me. But the main thing that separates those who are ready to work with me and those who are not is the mindset and the fear. I just had, which I'm so excited about, I just had a phenomenal call today with someone who signed up for our Position to Pivot Accelerator, which starts July 10th, so next Friday. But one of the things that she said, which was very true, and actually inspired tonight's live, you guys, was the fact that I was able to call her out on live, like in this capacity, because she was letting so much fear stop her from sharing her story. And a lot of you guys are in that same way. A lot of you don't believe that someone wants to hear from you. A lot of you don't believe that your stories are relevant. A lot of you don't believe that your target audience needs another you, right? So many of you guys, hey Koya, so many of you guys have a ton of just limiting belief and it's stopping you from being great. My client that's on right now, she's on Facebook. Ecoya Harrison is the owner of Silky Sacks. And one of the things that separates her, like, yes, she's in the beauty industry. Yes, she, is in a market that deals with hair extensions. And a lot of people would say, wow, that is an oversaturated market. But it's not about the markets being oversaturated, you guys. It's not about your market being oversaturated. It's about your story. It's about being able to resonate with your audience, right? So, a lot of you guys are allowing what you see in front of you to disrupt the bigger picture. Hopefully that makes sense. A lot of you guys are allowing what's in front of you to disrupt the bigger picture. Here's what I mean. You can be scrolling on Instagram, right? You scroll on Instagram, you see someone that has a business similar to yours, and you automatically count yourself out. You automatically count yourself out. You automatically tell yourself, I can't do this. You automatically say, well, they're doing it and it's something special about them and I don't have that. That's fear. That is fear. A lot of you guys count yourselves out before you even give yourself the opportunity to push forward. Like, how many of you guys, whether you're catching me live, whether you're catching a replay, how many of you guys can be honest with me and say that that is where you've been in your business? Raise a hand or give me a number one and let me know if you have been guilty of this, right? A lot of you guys allow fear to get in the way of your business and of the success that you know that you are destined to see. And that's the thing. The fear, right? If you don't count it out, if you don't tell it to back up, if you don't push forward in faith, that fear causes a delay, and that delay costs you your destiny. I know that was a lot. I know that some of you guys are like, okay, what does this have to do with PR? Everything. It has everything to do with PR. It has everything to do with you being a business owner. It has everything to do with you showing up for yourself. Because if you don't believe that you're worthy of it, if you don't believe that you're meant for it, if you don't believe that anybody wants to hear from you, it will crumble the whole empire. It will count out the whole plan and platform that you have set up, right? It will cancel out everything if you allow your fear to hinder you from being great. It's not about where the other person starts, you guys. It's about you. Where are you starting? How are you showing up for yourself? And that has to do with how you are allowing yourself to get visible. You guys have seen me for the past couple of weeks. I don't care if there's one person watching me or if there's a million people watching me, right? I am going to show up because that's the commitment that I've made to myself. And even though I do have fears, my faith is bigger than that. And so a lot of you guys are allowing your mindset to get in the way of your consistency within your business because you're not showing up properly. You're not renewing your minds. You're not sitting down and saying, okay, this is where I can start. This is who I need to connect with to create the pitch. This is who I need to connect with to send the pitch to. This is who I need to connect with. And you're not allowing yourself the proper time. And you're not allowing yourself the time. Public relations, I'm always going to go back to this. Public relations takes time, you guys. It takes time. It takes consistency. It took me about 4 months to get my client featured in the New York Times. Well, what were we doing before that? You might be asking. We were planning out her 3 month plan. We were mapping out who we needed to reach out to prior to that so we could build up enough momentum and enough press to be able to say to the editor of the New York Times, hey, she's already been featured in Forbes. She's already been featured in Will Drink for Travel. She's already been featured in Travel Noir, and this is a timely message, right? Travel Noir. This is a timely message. And so if it wasn't for me having the wherewithal, right? This was a new industry for me. This was something that I had never tapped into until I decided to take on that client, right? And she not only had to believe in me, but she had to believe in herself enough to say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to let anything hold me back, right? And so my students, my clients who are in position to pivot, we are teaching this same framework. But you have to have the mindset first. And your mindset and your fear, your lack mentality, your fear mentality is really stopping a lot of you guys from moving forward. And this is just like, you guys, usually I will have a whole thing planned out. I don't have anything mapped out for today's live because I want to be as open and as transparent as I possibly can without my notes, just because I'm noticing that this is something that a lot of you guys get lost in the sauce in, right? A lot of times I had this conversation today with a couple of my friends. We're all in this program together, but a lot of times we do not give ourselves enough credit, right? We don't give ourselves enough credit, and we don't pour into ourselves what we pour into other people. How many of you guys can say that you've been guilty of showing up for everybody else but yourself, showing up for everybody else's business but yours, showing up for everybody else's event but yours, showing up for everybody else's webinar, but you don't even take time out to map out your own content. You're so busy consuming, not that there's anything wrong with it, but sometimes you have to take that action. And a part of that action is being able to make a solid decision in your business, right? You got to do that. You got to do that. You have to be able to make a solid decision about your business. So I'll stop right here really quickly. Does anybody have any questions? For those of you that have not signed up for the Position to Pivot Accelerator, the door is open for the next 7 days only. I'm taking calls this week. If you have not applied, if you're on Instagram and you haven't hit the link in my bio, please make sure that you do that. Book your call this week. If you're on Facebook, the link to apply is www.positiontopivot.com. It's here in the comments, and let me see. There we go. I'm typing this in really quickly, but does anybody have any questions while you guys are waiting on me? Anybody have any questions? Any questions, you guys? Like, and I'm so serious. A lot of us have to realize that it's time for us to stop comparing ourselves to other people. Stop comparing yourself to, whoever your mentor may be. Stop comparing yourself. Okay, that's good. Andrea says, what's the best way to shift that mindset, right? Because we do have to know what that is. Hold on, guys. I'm just making sure that this comment went through. So she says, what's the best way to shift your mindset? So number one, write down your goals. Write down where you want to be in the next 3 to 6 months. If you can't think that far out, write down 3 things that you can do in 30 days that are going to help push you to the next level, right? And then also be open and transparent with yourself and write down what's been stopping you. Who do you need to talk to, right? Write out who you need to talk to. Like, if you need to get with a publicist and you're ready to tell your story, then you may want to contact me or apply for Position to Pivot. If you have been struggling with your funnels and your finances, you may need to get with a finance coach or a director. But like, write down who can help you get to where you want to be in your business. Write down who can help you. Write down how they can help you. And figure out what you need to do so that you are not stuck in this same space, so that you are not allowing the fear to just get the rest of you. Like, I know 2020 has been hard for us. I know that it is not the easiest thing in the world, right? I know that it is not, we're in the middle of a pandemic, you guys. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We're in the middle of just having to figure out so many different things. And because we have to figure out so many different things, it can be hard to stay on task. But get people that are going to hold you accountable in this season. Get people that are going to say, you know what, this is your goal. I don't care what 2020 looks like. The rest of the world and the earth could be crumbling, around us, but I am not going to let that stop you or me from reaching our goals. So you got to make sure you get with the right people. You got to make sure you're talking to the right experts. You got to make sure that you are doing the work on a daily basis. For me, because I am a believer in Jesus Christ, that looks like me showing up, journaling and doing my devotions and writing out scriptures and doing whatever I need to do to make sure that my mind is clear, in addition to paying attention to just different people that are mentors of mine, listening to different podcasts. So you really have to make sure that you are doing what you can, you guys, to stay on point. Okay. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else really quickly in the comments. Are there any other questions? Like, I really just, I don't care if you're catching the replay and you have a question, DM me. If you're on Instagram, DM me, or, message me, whatever you need to do. Make sure that you get connected with me if this information is resonating with you. Like I said, we have 7 days left for a Position to Pivot Accelerator. I'm super excited about it. If you are on my email list, you've been getting the emails. There are still more to come because I don't want you guys to miss this window. On Wednesday, this Wednesday, July 1st, 2020 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am hosting a training to my Position to Pivot access. So you'll be able to see what we're teaching inside of the accelerator that is open to those that I have had calls with previously and those that I am going to have calls with. Okay. So if you have not filled out your application, please make sure that you do so. If you want to stay connected with me, make sure you're joining our Facebook group. But ask me questions, do whatever it is you need to do. But my goal for you guys at the end of this live is to make sure that you do one thing. So I want everybody to comment down below. Let me know what the one thing is for you this week to where you're going to push past your fear. I want to hear from you. Let me know the one thing that you're going to do this week to where you can push past your fear. What's one thing? Even if you're catching the replay, just put hashtag replay and put the one thing that you're going to do to push past your fear. One thing. Live video. Somebody said, Andrea said live video. Yes, push past that fear. Show up. Do not be afraid to show up in this season. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. It may not look like people are watching, but they are. They are. They really are. And so if you are not putting yourself in the forefront because you're allowing that fear to stop you, you'll never know who's watching. You never know what. Let me tell you guys something. I was 21. Okay. I was 21 when I started my business. Let you know how old I am now. Okay. I was 21. I had just graduated from college. I could not find a job. I graduated top of my class. I went to the Jackson State University, best HBCU ever. Okay. And I couldn't find a job. Graduated with a 3.8 GPA. Moved back home, couldn't find a job. After about 3 months, I said, you know what? Forget this. I wanted to take my own life by the reins. I wanted to create my own opportunities. And I decided to start my PR firm. Had no idea how to run a business, you guys. No idea. No idea how to run a business. No idea, how I was going to get clients. But the goal for me, right? The thing for me was just start. Just start. I had a ton of fear. I still have fear. I'm still not where I would like to be. However, I will say me taking the leap of faith, me betting on myself, me investing in myself has opened up so many doors. I've been featured in Madame Noir, X on Nicole, Black Enterprise, right? My clients have been featured in the New York Times, in Essence, in CBS This Morning, in InStyle, right? But it wouldn't happen. None of those things would happen if I allowed fear to get the best of me. You guys have seen my journey. Those of you that have been following me for a while, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's here on Instagram, you guys have seen me go through the trenches. My business has survived the first 5 years. We're almost 8 years in. We'll be 8 in August. And so you guys have seen me survive that. You've seen me survive as a solopreneur. You've seen me survive as a cancer survivor. You've seen me survive doing all of these different things, right? You're a survivor. Your business is a COVID-19 survivor. Your business is still standing. Especially if you are a woman of color, you're still standing even in the midst of uncertainty as it relates to our community, right? And so that is not an easy feat, you guys. I don't care who you try to compare yourself to. They're not you. They don't have your story, and they're not doing what you do in the way that you do it. And so that's where a lot of us mess up. That's why this message is so timely. I hope that you guys are getting a lot from this. I hope that, catch the replay. Let me know what you think. But the bottom line, you guys, is you have to show up for you. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your business. You owe it to your future self. You owe it to everything that you have overcome. You owe it to everything that you have overcome, right? You owe it to everything that you've overcome. And so if you want to dig deeper with me, if you want to learn more, please feel free to reach out to me. The link is in my bio on Instagram, and it's right here, or right there. If you are on Facebook Live, do not hesitate to reach for me. Okay. Like I said, we have a couple of spots open. And I'm so excited, you guys. Like, so excited for these next, 12 weeks, 90 days. Like, so, so, so excited. So please make sure that you guys are tuned in. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm going back up to the comments. Does anybody have any other questions or anything that you want to add before we hop off? Any questions or anything that you want to add before we hop off? Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'll give you. I hope I can't even get it out. I hope that you guys gained a lot from this. I'm super super excited. Again, if you have not clicked the link to apply for Position to Pivot, please make sure that you do so. Calls are going on all week. Next Friday we start with class. I'm so excited. So make sure that you are connecting with me, and I will see you guys soon. Okay. Bye everybody.